And first of all, you want to left click on the start button in the bottom left hand portion of your screen and go to all programs, and then you want to go to maintenance, backup and restore, and you'll see this is actually my hard drive is set up to where it's partitioned, and all that means is it's created in two parts, two partitions, a part C and a part D. I use part C to install my programs on and run my applications from, and I use part D to store data only. So I highly recommend you set up your computer somewhat similar to that if you can. There's a bunch of aftermarket utilities you can buy to do that if it's not set up like that already. A lot of them are out of the box, but there's like Partition Magic, Drive Image, all sorts of utilities out there. Just do a search for imaging or partitioning software, and you should be able to find something like that. But anyway, so getting back to this is the backup now button, you see. Now if this was my first time backing up through Windows 7, this is what I would click on. Then it would open the following window, which you'll see very shortly. But this is not my first time backing up, so I actually have to click on Change Settings to get that window to pop up. Okay. Now what you see here is the basic configuration of your computer. Like I said, I have a separate partition called D, in which I use to store my data on, and my applications and programs are installed on my C drive or my C partition. Ideally what you want to do is back up to a separate hard drive, such as an external hard drive if you have one. If you don't, if you have two hard drives in your computer, that would be good too. But if you just have one hard drive, you can do like I'm doing, and I'm gonna back up just a little portion of data from C to my D drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to designate where I want to back it up to, and that's my D drive or my D partition. I select next, and this option actually will select the common directories for you. Windows will recommend those, and you'll have an option to either say yes or no. But to make things simple, I'm gonna tell it to let me choose. Okay, so I'll click next, and like I said, I'm just gonna back up a real simple set of data here, like my favorites, and let's say some documents. Shouldn't be too large right there. Also right here, this is an option to include a system image of your drive. As it says right here, a system image is a copy of the drives required for Windows to run. But if I select this, it's going to make the backup take a lot longer than necessary for this demonstration purpose, so I'm not going to select it. So I just select the folders that I want. You would just browse to whatever folder that you would want to back up the data from. If you haven't set anything different than the Windows default, the Windows 7 is going to default to your users directory, and your data is usually stored under whatever profile you log on to your computer with. So this profile is called Winner. Got a little affirmation thing going on there, and here are my files that I want to back up. So I select next, and just gives you a summary. Make sure the settings are right. Yes, this is what I want to back up, and save settings and exit. And then I would select backup now. you'll see it's in progress just by this progress bar, slowly moving over to your right. If you want to view the details, you can click on this button. It's really not necessary, but it just shows you what it's doing in the background. And it should be through pretty soon here. It's not going to take as long as you might think. It's moving kind of slow, but it'll start to get quicker as it goes along. And again, I highly recommend that you do a basic backup like this, because so many people they just think, you know, their data is safe just because it's stored on a drive. It's not. It's susceptible to a hard drive failure or viruses or anything else. You have to back it up. Oh, by the way, you can also back up to CDs or DVDs if you have a burner also. Okay, so it's done. And if you want to restore the files that you just backed up, I would just select the backup that I just created. Okay, and this is the window. And it's already selected, so I would just go next. This backup. And if I want to put it in its original location, which I'll choose to do just because I don't want to mess up the order of anything, but you can select whatever location you want to by clicking here, and you can actually set it to restore the files back to their original subfolders or not by unchecking this. As I said, I'm going to put it in this original location and click restore, and it's just asking me if I want to replace these INI files, which I don't. I don't want to overcopy anything like that, so I'm going to check this. Just FYI, normally you don't want to write over any files with INI in them, like a desktop INI. You don't want to write over that. Okay. And then finished. And that's that. And let me show you what it does. Okay. What you see, it'll actually put a file on your computer, and it'll name it by your PC's name by default. And this is proof that we indeed did a backup. Okay, so there you have it, and all of my files should be exactly where I left them. They were under my C drive and my favorites and documents. So there they are. There you have it. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed that little tip, and if you want more techie tips and training and all kinds of cool stuff, just go to my blog at JasonCorrent.com, sign up for my free updates so I can keep you informed. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.